The word deadbeat is a label put on someone who does not pay his debts. It's a label intended to demean and humiliate poor men, since that's who the label is most often applied to make them feel ashamed of their poverty, and to propagate the idea that these men are simply irresponsible men who are victims of their own laziness, so that society can ignore their needs. I have no respect for a society that treats its poor so cruelly, and I have even less respect for those who use such terms to describe others. Because the fact is, most people are only a couple of paychecks away from deadbeatness themselves. We've seen how true this is in the wake of the credit crunch. So how come nobody calls all the single independent women and wannabe property tycoons who bought homes they couldn't afford deadbeat mortgages? How come nobody calls the banking institutions that went bust deadbeat banks? I mean, after all, we've had to bail them out to the tune of billions. How come we don't post pictures of all the other deadbeats in society on pizza boxes and milk cartons? Why don't we post pictures of all the bankrupts who set up businesses that fail, owing hundreds of thousands to their lenders? We don't do that to those groups, do we? Why not? Because we like our deadbeats, poor, broke and male, with extra scapegoating points on top if they're black. So why am I saying all this? Well, this idiot sent me a video he made in response to a video made by a woman complaining about a so-called deadbeat dad. This fool is another one of these Thugblamers, and his response to her was the predictable, "You shouldn't have chosen a deadbeat to father your child." So once again, the woman's choice of man, rather than her choice of irresponsible conduct, is the cause of her woes, according to this bright spark. So let's quickly examine the process of the making of a so-called deadbeat dad. Boy meets girl. Boy and girl are hot for each other. Girl is not taking contraceptive or is not using it properly, and boy is on and off about the use of condoms. Boy and girl have sex with each other, and then girl gets pregnant. Both boy and girl have no education, which means if they're working, they're probably on minimum wage. Girl goes ahead with pregnancy and has baby anyway. Relationship breaks down for 3 possible reasons. 1. Girl is now receiving all the welfare benefits she had the baby to acquire, and has since dumped boy now that he has served his sperm donating purpose. 2. Boy wasn't ready for the responsibility of fatherhood, and refuses quite rightly to participate in parenthood that was imposed on him. 3. Boy gives up trying to participate in parenthood because his attempts to do so are constantly blocked by the mother. The issue then becomes one of child support. Now remember, the boy is on minimum wage and cannot afford to pay child support. His payment record is erratic. He may lose his job or move home or suffer any number of disruptions that make it difficult for him to maintain payments of even the smallest amounts. Or he just might simply refuse to pay because he only chose to participate in sex, not parenthood. However, sooner or later he gets labelled by baby mother as a deadbeat dad. The boy was irresponsible, no doubt, but so was the girl. Both of them participated in the same irresponsible act that led to a child being born, but only the boy is labelled a deadbeat. The woman, who cannot afford to maintain herself or her child without other people's money, is not a deadbeat. She is now the victim of a deadbeat, which is why it came as no surprise to me that this thug-blaming idiot didn't consider any of this in his smug tirade. He just co-signed what the woman said about her baby father being a deadbeat, and gloated that her misery was her own fault because she chose a so-called deadbeat. Well, let me tell you something, fool. I ain't down with your shit. You are as much an enemy of men as the baby mother you claim to be addressing, and I don't want men like you around me, so fuck off and don't come back. Now let me make it clear to everyone who listens to this channel. I support the men's rights movement. I do not in any way support the Thugblamer movement. All those jokers do is lust after other people's women and argue over game and skin tone all day long. They never address any substantive men's rights issue. They actually promote more male hatred by their own deviant conduct and in the ignorant rhetoric they spew. They are part of the alliance against men's rights, and they must be attacked with as much force as we would any opponent of men's rights. Now, this particular fool is blocked from this channel until he comes correct. Later.